When it comes to adding text to a web page, Dreamweaver couldn't be more flexible. Although it's easy enough to type away and add the text that way, I'm going to save you the time by having you open a text file that contains the text we'll be using for this web page. This is really representative of how most people will be adding text to a web page as well. Usually, somebody else supplies the content for a web page in an email, text document, or even a Word document. In Dreamweaver, you just copy and paste and get started. So I'm beginning this video with Dreamweaver already open on my computer, and I have Chapter 3 defined down here in my Files panel. And we're going to open a file called addingtext.html. And by default, this opens up in Code View, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to Design View. And as you can see, this is really just a basic web page. There's really not a whole lot going on here. And that's why we're starting with this, because we're going to add text to this page. Now, at the most basic level, we can really just start typing here. I'm going to type in here, Jummy, the Tasty Restaurant. And it's as easy as that. I press return, and I've got a new paragraph, and I can just keep on typing. So it's very easy. But again, to get text into our web page, I'm going to go ahead and delete this content. But what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to our Files panel, and we have a file here called Jummy Text, and we're going to go ahead and double-click on that file. Now, this is just a basic text file, but Dreamweaver is able to open this file. And you'll notice that when we do have a text file open, that Split and Design View are grayed out, because the only view that it'll open this text file in is the Code View. Now, as you can see, there's really no code applied to this text. It's really just a basic text document. You can see the extension is .txt. But we have laid it out in such a way that each paragraph is separated using a carriage return. And we've just divided it into the categories or the different paragraphs that we're going to use. So to make this easy, I'm going to come up here to the Edit menu and choose Select All. You can see we can also use Command A on Mac or Control A on Windows. And that's going to select all of our text. We'll come up here to Edit and choose Copy. Then I'm going to switch over to my addingtext.html file, and I'm going to choose Edit Paste. Now you can see that it really just put my text into Design View, but I do want to point out that if we switch over to Code View, that Dreamweaver has in fact tagged each one of those paragraphs with a basic P tag. This is just basic text. We now at least have every single paragraph tagged using a P tag, and this is important. It's at least a good starting point as we start working with our content. As you can see, it's pretty easy to get content into a web page using Dreamweaver. Using any variety of formats, it's really just a matter of copy and paste.